Simone Biles is one of the most accomplished Olympians of her generation. Starting at the age of 16, the now 25-year-old gymnast won a total of 7 medals, making history. It's sad that regardless of being young and in her prime, she's already experiencing ageism. In this video, we'll talk about how the legendary gymnast is fed up with the constant ageism. Let's get right into it. First up, she's experiencing ageism every day. One of the most well-known names in gymnastics remains Simone Biles. Her accomplishments are sufficient to demonstrate her competence in the sport. Let's not forget her advocacy for mental health. The question is, why is Simone making her way through and aiming for the moon bothering people? She mentioned her advancing age just before the Tokyo Olympics. Not to mention, she also discussed the age gap between herself and the new athletes, and how she's tired of hearing comments about her age. Mind you, she's only 25 years old. Simone Biles took part in an interview as she was preparing for the 2020 Summer Olympics. The interviewer questioned the 25-year-old about her thoughts on aging. She said in response that she's reminded of it every day. "I'm reminded of my age here every day," the renowned gymnast added. "The kids constantly remind me how old I am." She also said that the young athletes make fun of her age as well. Some of Biles' juniors aren't even 17 years old when she's been practicing gymnastics for over 17 years. Simone narrated an incident saying that she and her teammates were practicing, and someone asked her how long she's been playing this sport, to which Simone said 17 years. The person responded, "I'm not even 17 yet. A few of my teammates are only 16 or 17, to which Simone responded with, "Thank you." Following up, Biles at a disadvantage because of her age, says Sean Johnson. In a commentary for Yahoo Sports, Sean Johnson made a reference to Simone Biles' disadvantage because of her advanced age. Sean has come under fire for making false remarks after it created some bad backlash. However, it's also important to know that Sean made these remarks while comparing Simone to Connor McLean, not in reference to the entire international arena. She was comparing and contrasting the benefits each gymnast had, and mentioned Simone's experience and knowledge. In a physical sense, she gave Connor the edge on age, and used the words energetic as an example. Sean Johnson did say that no one had competed past the age of 24, which was simply incorrect. Next up, let's talk about ageism in sports. Athletes are supposed to reach their physical peak on average much earlier than the working population is thought to peak, according to studies on ageism in sports. This indicates that, on average, athletes will experience ageism's negative impacts earlier than the general population. The general population is affected by ageism when they exhibit physical signs of aging, but not the athletes. Those who experience ageism in their profession are treated horribly, even at the extremely young age of 25, like in the case of Simone Biles. It's believed that athletes who are able to overcome ageism in their sport are an anomaly, uncommon in the field, and not the norm. However, it might be that many other athletes fall into this category because they aren't given the opportunity, since they're benched as soon as they pass a certain age. Age-based stereotypes are extremely destructive in any industry, society, and in sports. Ageism persists because of those who think someone is less capable or more of a liability based only on a number. One of the greatest female track and field athletes of all time, Jacqueline Joyner Kersee, famously said that age is not a barrier, it's a limitation you set in your head. And by old age in this context, we mean someone as young as 25 years old. It's pretty insane. Things like this have a significant impact on mental health. Not to mention, the Olympic myth about age is being debunked. If you ask the experts, it appears that age isn't a factor in your performance no matter what the sport is. Success can very well be achieved at any age, and the myth that being younger means being better is being debunked. Secondly, linking youth with athletics isn't only foolish, but could also be harmful to athletes. It was once thought that preteen athletes were the best until very recently. In addition, it was believed that girls were lighter than boys, especially before puberty, providing them with an advantage in many talents involving aerial propulsion. Elspeth Hart, the director of the Gymnastics Medicine Clinic, said that those misconceptions have been thoroughly disproved. All athletes, no matter their age, might be harmed by such myths. Being a teenager and thinking you're already past your prime can take a lot of toll on mental health. Next up, let's talk about how Simone Simone's a mental health advocate. The COVID-19 pandemic forced the 2020 Tokyo Games to be moved to 2021, and when Biles withdrew from the gymnastics competition in the middle of it, everyone was in shock. So why did she withdraw? The answer is that she's human. Following the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, Biles took a break from all the training and competition. Her decision to prioritize her mental health by pulling out of several medal finals prompted an international dialogue about mental health in the Olympics. Biles told the reporters that her mental and physical wellness is above all medals that she could possibly win. Later that year, she told reporters that she'd received a lot of love and support from fans, family, and friends. She felt blessed to be in this position and that so many people expressed their respect and love for her. Simone said that it definitely shed completely new light on the sport, not just as athletes, but also as human beings. It's times like these when people really do surprise you, right? The thing is, Biles' actions not only helped her get out of a jam, but it also inspired other athletes to speak up and stand up for themselves. And we think that is truly inspirational. And in other news, first up, ageism in climbing, why the world still cheapens the sport. Climbing, as well as the media and industry surrounding the sport, have always valued youth and the strength, health, and vitality it implies. Look around at climbing movies, gear commercials, and athlete rosters for various brands, and observe the scenes of the national and World Cup competitions. A rarity. Top climbers beyond 30 are frequently criticized for their age. We're thinking of Akio Noguchi, who at the age of 32 was the focus of these comments from journalists at the Tokyo Olympics. Additionally, there are seldom any climbers above 40 in the upper echelons. The more time you spend playing, though, the more experienced you become at understanding moves, controlling your energy, as well as keeping yourself safe and injury-free, even if the natural, steady decline of your body kicks in. In fact, by using experience and training, you can frequently overcome the performance drop associated with aging and even outperform your younger self. Why is it then that elderly climbers are either so underreported or that when they finally are, they're nearly always followed by the tired phrase, still? For example, it's so weird to say that so-and-so is still crushing it at age 56. It always has a negative connotation attached to it. Definitely insulting, you aren't gonna lie. Up next, ex-Fox Sports workers sue network for age discrimination. 9 former Fox Sports employees claim that after the network ordered them not to report to work due to office closures brought on by the COVID-19 outbreak, they were ghosted for more than a year without ever being informed if they were still employed. The former employees claimed that Fox Sports exploited stay-at-home orders as an excuse to fire them for age discrimination and filed a suit. According to the complaint made in Los Angeles Superior Court, Fox was fully aware that they weren't calling these older employees back. The workers were paid until April, and Fox continually assured them that they'd keep them informed about when they might return, but that never happened. When they discovered that others had already been reinstated in July 2020, they began to worry that they were being replaced with younger, less experienced workers. Lastly, Simone Biles revealed the perfect setting that makes her feel herself. In her professional life, Simone Biles has had her share of highs and lows. At times, she didn't even feel like herself. When questioned about the moment she felt most like herself, she said it was while sipping a margarita at a Mexican restaurant. She acknowledged that she's a young woman in addition to being one of the top female gymnasts in the world. She enjoys spending time with her pals and enjoying a good drink, just like everyone else her age. Simone Biles emphasized the value of striking a balance in all areas of life, including work, friendships, and, if necessary, therapy. She's one of the influential athletes who also works to promote mental wellness and has inspired many. That's it, folks. What are your thoughts on ageism in sports? Do let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.